Hey everyone, and welcome to another Ascend Masterclass. We're so glad you could join us today. And today we have Taimes, our guitar player in Brazil, doing an amazing class on chord progressions. And we're so excited that we're going to be learning all this amazing stuff today and this week. And he will be talking about the power of a chord progression. So without further ado, Taimes, take it away. Thank you.
Thank you, Juju, my brother. So, how are you guys doing today? So, yeah, we are here, guys. Today, maybe I will do a different class today. You'll be more about music theory. Of course, I know we'll go deep, like, but I will try to explain you guys how to choose the best chord for the best situation. And I want to start this talking about how important is the song, how important is the music. So in that time, in this time, many people worry about have gear, have equipment, have guitars and computers and home studios and microphone and record in really nice studios. So this is really cool. This is really nice, but just this don't make good music. For me, in my vision, what make good music, it's it's your talent and your gift. And today I want to show you something about this, some examples about this. So let's see. I want to show you. I want to remind you about some hits. And when we are kid, so many kids, we are kid, we have listed so many songs, so many really good songs. And I just want to talk to you guys today about how they recording this. They does not have much technology like we have right now. They just have gift, they just have talent to recording. That's the really nice songs, really nice hits, what we hear when we are kids. So we hear about many songs like let me remind some song. Love of my life, you I don't know the lyrics, sorry. Songs like that, or songs like oh, songs like that, or oh, Christopher, I have a really nice one called Why You Look. Why you look for and these three songs have something similar. These three songs, it's just guitar and vocal. The three songs, it's a big hit, and the 90s, maybe the 80s, but it's just acoustic guitar and vocal. And I want to talk about this because for you guys see equipment, nice home studios or nice studio, nice microphone, nice guitar does not make good music. What make good music? It's you just take your guitar and play some good songs, and play some good melody with good chords, and you know, yeah. So let's move on. I want to talking about that. Give you another example. One band. It's not my favorite band. It's not my favorite style, but have a really nice example about different chord progression, different situation. If you are, let's say, 30s, or if you are like, yeah, 19, let's talk about 19.
Hey.
For sure, you hear the song. For sure, you know this song. This song is one band called Nirvana. It's a grunge band for 90s. They have something really interesting to me, something really different to me. How they choose the chords. They have a really nice chord progressions, different chord progression. And this is, for sure, this is one band, punk. There's a punk band, and always punk have like two chords, stuff like that. But this band have something different. I think this make this band really big, really phenomenal, because that guy Kurt Cobain have a really different way to compose music, to write down music. So that band, I think it's really nice for sure, you guys. Different situation about chord progression. And from the next Avions album, I mean, also use a lot of different chord progressions. What happened on that songs, that Nirvana song, what happened is one thing we have in music theory called, I don't know how can I call this in English. When you take some chord, you take some chord for another chord progression, another, yeah. Oh, let's see how the word for this. I forget the word, guys. I'm so sorry. I will say chord progression for now. You take for another key. All right. We have E minor, D, C, like that. And also we have like A major on this song. But A major is just no part, it's no part for E minor chord progression. So that happen a lot when you take some chord for another chord progression. I will talk in more details later. So yeah. So I want to share my screen with you guys before I start this class. All right. So I think you guys can see my screen, right? So yeah. But that guys, Fred Mercury, I play some song for Fred Mercury, I play some song for Bob Marley, some CHRISTAFARI song, for Nirvana song. They guys for me in my vision, just like a genius guys, just like super genius, super gift guys, because they, I don't will say everybody, but they just don't go to the school. In how they know about there's really nice chord progression, different chord progression. How they know this? This is about talent. This guy's, for me, is just a genius, guys. But we are not like genius. Some people here, it's not like genius, guys. How we can make this happen? How we can write down some really nice chord progressions, write down really nice songs? How we can do that? You need to know, guys, basic of music theory is something really important, because it's not everybody have a really good ear, really good, like, music perception. Like, people just hear different chords and people just hear different chord progressions. So I want to make some some game with you guys. I want to play something with you guys now. So, Juju, why are you here? Justin?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So we have Justin in the band. Justin, for me, it's a really like that kind of guy, genius guys. So Justin, I will play some chord for you now,
Okay,
and you will tell me if this chord is major or minor.
got it.
You think you can do that?
Yeah,
Okay. Major
that's
or
major,
major? And that one.
major. Do that one again. Minor.
Minor, exactly. Thank you, Juju. So yeah, Juju, it's a real example for the guy who have a really nice ears, really nice. Justin can hear the chord and tell if this chord is major or minor or major seven or just seven. This is something, guys, you guys need to practicing. This is about for some guys have a gift like Justin, but I think this is really possible to you develop this. You really practice this every day. I think you start to the level. You start to, let's say, create this ear. Create this habit to listen every day. And oh, this is minor, this is major. What this is make you feel? This is, I think, one thing really important. This is making me happy, and this is making me sad. I don't know if you guys can feel in this. So this is one thing about chords. This is one thing about this class today. What the music make people feel. We have this responsibility to make people feel feelings, make feel make people feelings something. You know. So just a second, guys. Sorry, my dog just opened my door. So yeah, let's move on. Yeah, this is some guys like Juju Bionic here. For me, we have another people in our band just have ear like that. Avion, we work together, and I mean sometimes care about because she can listen everything, she can hear everything for what. So, but like I say, it's not everybody have this. So you need to practice every day to to make this happen. So let's move on. So let's talk about some music theory right now. This is the major scale. All right. So before I start to talking about chords, you need to know the basic of the major and minor scale. So what is this? Whole, half, whole, half. I don't know how can I pronounce this, but yeah, what is this? Every major scale we have this. All right. So today I will play everything in C key. All right, because it's more easy to you understand. And it's more easy to me talking about C scale because just don't have sharps, just don't have flats and sharps. So all right, so major scale we have all, right, half, so all, half, all. This is the major scale, right? So what I talking about, what it means whole and half. So this is the distance between the notes. So between C and D, we have like one note between. So we call whole. We call, in Portuguese, we call tom, is the distance between the two notes. But between E and F, we just don't have note between the two notes. So this is half. All right, so whole, half. This is the major scale. All right, so this is one thing you need to know before we start to talking about chord progressions. And this is the minor scale, all right? So let's play some minor scale here. Oh, I play some pentatonic scale, sorry. This is the minor scale, all right? And it just apply this, like whole, half, whole, half, whole, right? So yeah, in one scale, this is scale, but in that scale we have notes. In that notes we have chords, all right? Every note I play here, we have one chord for every note. So who is minor and who is major in one chord progression? How I know, like, okay, now I use minor note, minor chord, now I use major chord, but how I know what chord I should to use? So this is one thing really important. Every musician needs to know this. Harmonic field. What's this? This is basic chord progression. This is the formula for chord progression. In one chord progression, like C key, right? We have C major. The second note will be D, but needs to be minor. The third note needs to be minor. So the third note of the C scale is C, D, E, right? 4, major. 5, major. 6, minor. 7, diminish. Diminish? Oh, I think I pronounce it like that. Sorry, guys. Some words I just don't know how to pronounce it. So, but you guys understand, right? It's a diminished chord. So yeah, basic, you need to know this. Every scale we have this formula, this harmonic field, this chord progression. We have some different names for the same thing, but I think the most correct term is harmonic field. So every song, guys, in C scale, like C key, like I play now, we have the same chords go around this, but in different, let's say different, in different progressions, let's say different cadence. So, but will be the same chords. Like, let's play some song in C. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. What chord I play? I play F, I play the 4, I play the first one, I played 5, and I played 6. And look at that. Major, 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 5, 4, 1, 5, 6. All right. So if I play this song in another key, like let's say E, all right, I will do the same thing, but in another key. I will play 4, 1, 5, 6. Bless the the same chord progression, but another key. If you know that, you can play every song, every music in every key. You don't need to know, you don't need like write down, oh, let's say the worship leader, this key is too high to me, let's change. And the musician just like, oh, what I should do right now, I don't know. This, if you know just the basic thing like that, you can play every song in every key. All right, so this is one thing really important to know: scales and harmonic fields. All right, so let's move on. This is about major, right? Major key. Let's talk about minor key. All right, so minor harmonic field. So we have first minor, second diminished, third minor, fourth minor, five minor, six major, seven major. And so now we have minor harmonic field, minor chord progression, and this will help you to make your songs. You can just pick up some chords from this
1, 2.
this scale, this option. We have
You hear me?
have 7 options of chords for you use. You can just choose the best way to choose your chords and make your music and your chord progression in different ways. So yeah, let's move on. Like I said before, this is really important to you recognize. Oh, this is where it's so hard to me, sorry. The chords, you need to recognize, like this is minor, this is major, this is major 7, this is minor, this is minor with 7. So this is one thing you need to practice every day. We have a lot like apps for you train this, for you practice this. Just look for some apps about music theory, about recognize chords and notes and scales. Will help you a lot. All right. So let's move on. This is one thing really important right now. Functions of the chords in one chord progression. Why are you talking about this right now? Because guys, when you understand what are the functions for the chords, you start to make sensation on the people. You start to make people feeling something, you know. So let me play some example for you. We have like three principal functions on the one chord progression. We have a tonic, what is the key, right? It's the root, or in C, tonic is C, right? We have dominant and we have subdominant. What is this? What is this, guys? So I will play some tonic, dominant, and subdominant for you. This is tonic. It's the key. Dominant, you'll be the 5. Subdominant, you'll be the 4. You'll be F, right? And C key, okay? So what's the function of the tonic? Tonic for me, make me feel comfortable, make me feel rest, make me feel you guys read this. Make me feel, okay, this is my bedroom. This is comfortable to me. I play something like, and back to the root. This is the tonic. This is the key of the song. all right? When you play some song, when you write down some song, when you play for some artist or some singer or some worship leader.
Connor, can you hear me?
Corner. All right. So, yeah, when you play some chord progression, you. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. When you play some chord progression, you need to know what is the function of the notes. So the tonic have this sensation, you know, rest, comfortable. When you want to make people feeling this, feel people comfortable, this is the best option for you use, right? And we have, let me play some example for you about this. So I'll play. You can feel like. For me, just like a solution. Sounds like something, okay, I make a question and I answer this question, you know? When you, yeah, so let's move on. Dominant. Dominant is the 5 chords of the scale. In C key, will be the 5, will be the G. So that function always make me feel like tension, make me feel like question. You know, we play, let me play something for you, like. You know, we wait for some solution. We wait like, okay, this song we need to finish it right now. But if you just no answer that question, you'll be like, right now, what happened? So when you want to make people feeling this, feel that tension or feeling that question, feeling this, that's the best chord for you use. All right. This is the 5 chord of the chord progression. If you play in C, you'll be G. If you play in E, you'll be B. If you play in, let's say, D, the 5 will be A. So that's why this is really important to know scales, right? Like I said in the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So yeah, dominant is the 5 chord of the scale. Let's move on. 3, subdominant. Subdominant make me feel always the song just keep going. You know, I don't want to finish this song. I want this song just keep go, you know. The subdominant is the best chord for this. In the chord progression, you'll be the 4, right? I talking about 1, I talking about 5, and now I talking about the 4. So in C, you'll be F. So let me play some example for you. You know, like, need to continue this. Something need to help. Just, it's not the end of the song, it's not the beginning. Something in the middle. You know, something needs to continue to do it. Like, you know, you want to make like, oh, okay, this is not the end. This is no end of the world. This is no end. So something will happen after this. So this is the best chord for this, for you make that feeling, you know. This is the subdominant. This is the 4 chord of the scale, all right? So if you play in C, you'll be F. If you play in A, you'll be D. 1, 2, 3, 4, D. If you play in C, like I say now, 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll be F. This all depends what key you play. All right, so let's move. All right, for each function, you can use the 6 relative chord. What is this times 6 relative chord? I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, every chord, guys, we have another chord relative. It's just like you can substitute, you can use another option. You have another option. For every chord, you have another option. So what this means? Like, it's all the 6 chord of the scale, okay? Every time you play C, the 6 will be A, right? Just because. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A. Right? If you play another key, just like G, A, B, F, E. Oh, I'm sorry, this English is so hard to me. But yeah, always you'll be the 6th chord of the scale, okay? So play C, we have the 6, you'll be A minor. So in one song, I can just use minor. I can use like, I don't want to use C. I want to use A minor for make different, because minor chords always, like I said before, make, let's say, this is that sensation, like it's sad. I don't know if it's sad, but it's dark, something serious, you know, like it's not like, you know, it's just like yellow for me, just like yellow or something really soon or happy. That chord make me feel something like, you know, dark. When you want to make that sensation on the song, you can change, use the 6th chord of the scale. That I try to say. In roots reggae, we use this a lot. We have a lot of songs in major key, for sure we have in reggae, but we also have many songs in dark, in minor key, for make the sensation dark, something serious, something really, you know. So yeah, always will be the sixth chord of the scale. So if I play in D, you'll be B minor. If I play in G, you'll be E minor. If I play in E, you'll be F sharp minor. But sharp, yeah. Remember in the beginning when I talking about whole and half, you need to know that. You need to practice that, because we will find the sharps and flats on the scale. So practice this. This is really important for you to understand everything I say now. I don't have time to explain like every sharp or every flat on the scale. So this is something you need to know for, you know, make sense for you what I'm talking about now. So let's move on. No, I want to play some example for you guys about this. And one song I just remember right now, Waymaker, when I produced this song, one part of the song, they talking about darkness. In the original version, it's just like this. Okay, they go to, in that part, darkness, they go to G. But when I produced this song, I thought, oh my gosh, they talking about something darkness. And that part, just that part, you know, that word, darkness. So how I can make this different? And I change. I don't use G. I use E minor. Let's see if it works. My gosh, that is you. You know? Or I can make this. You make a miracle, cause promise keep light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You know who you are. No, needs to be that is who you are. That feeling, you know. So works, C works, also works, but we need to go make that sensation minor, you know. So there's something about difference between minor chord and major chord that for me just like a color, like something bright, something dark, you know. But I want talking about it's really similar, just like this dog. It's really similar. Like it's not really similar, but in A minor, right? We have in that chord we have three notes, okay? We have A, you have C, and you have E. If you play keyboard, you really see in front of you. On the guitar, it's more hard to see this, but on the keyboard, it's just more clear for you see. When you play A minor, you see A, C, E, all right? When you play C, you see E, or C, E, G. You can see something similar here, right? You can see C, E, and A minor chord, and you can see C, E, and C chord. So that's why you can change. You can use both of chords on the same place because both will work for you. So always remember that, guys. Always you be the sixth note of the scale, okay? You can always work with this. Let's move on. Subdominant. Subdominant in C key is F. All right, it's the fourth chord of the C scale. And we also can use the sixth chord of the F scale. You'll be D. All right, but how you know, like quick like that, what's the sixth of F? Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For me, it's really easy. For you, can be easy if you practice every day. So yeah, you can go like F, or you can go like D. If you play, let's play some chord progression on that situation. Let's see. Okay. I can go here. Oh, I can go here. Or F, or D minor. Both works, but this depends what you want people feeling, you know. Dominant, the same situation, right? We have G7, right? And we have some notes, the same note in the two chords dominant on the scale. But now we have a new chord. I'm always talking about 1, 4, 5. Dominant, subdominant, and key in tonic, dominant, subdominant. But now we have something new. What is the diminution? Diminution always will be the 7th chord of the chord progression, who have the same function, okay? you can use for the in the same way of the dominant. So if you have a song like you are here working in a band, I worship you can use that one, or you can use that one. You need a friend, I worship you, I worship you. You see, you'll be something more crazy, you know, but works also. If you want to make that sensation, you want to make this feeling, use the 7th chord of the scale, because you make this something like that. Yesterday Mark mixed a song called Valley of Dry Bones, and Mark told me, Taimes, for that song I need something really scary, because I mean we're talking about Valley of the Dry Bones, so I need that feeling, and I mean use a lot diminished chords on that song, because I know that kind of chord make that sensation. You know, so, and a lot of minor chords and a lot of diminished chords for make this song. So yeah, this is why it's really important to know the function of the chords on the chord progression. Okay, so let's move on. Cadence and chord progression, or chord progression. That's the word. 2 words we can use, cadence or chord progression. What is this? It's something like cliche. We have many, let's say, sequence of chords. In many songs, it's just the same of sequence of chords. So let's show you some example. In reggae, we have a lot of this. The 2 chords. I can sing so many reggaes for you guys, and with the 2 chords, because it's something really popular, really cliche in reggae. And this also is example for chord progression. We have that chord progression. 2, 5, 1. Or we have that cadence or chord progression. 1, 4, 5. We have 6, 3, 5. 6, 3, 5. A minor, E minor, F. So yeah, guys, we have many different of cadence in chord progression. So if you be attention, if you listen so many songs, you see many similar chords. Oh, I hear this before. This is familiar to me, but it's another song, but it's familiar to me. So that's why. All right, guys. So I think what I have today is this. So if you have some questions, just let me know. I'm here for answer your questions, okay? All right, Corner Duju, who he's the guy.
Yeah, so first question from Carlene. I know that reggae can technically be played at any key, major and minor for the most part. Which keys and chords in both major and minor are mostly favored in your experience?
Oh, okay. This is something about what the key is comfortable for the singer. I think it's not about my favorite, but like the singer who will sing this. So for Avion example, Avion like C key or A minor key. Will be the same key, but it's less like I say, what you want to make people feel, you know? So yeah, it depends of the singer. Some singers C is a good key, but if you ask about in minor or what my favorite minor key or major key, I would say minor because it's something about my personality. I like minor key, make me happy. It's something really weird about me, but some people just like more minor key, but we don't have a rule like that. So, yeah.
Vinencius is asking, subdominant and consists of the notes F, La, Do, corresponding to a fundamental third and fifth of the F chord. So just it's asking about like the music theory within the subdominant with the third and fifth of the F chord. Maybe go over the F chord and.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I really understand what you asking me, but subdominant. Okay, subdominant. If you want talking about subdominant, it will be always the four chord of the scale. All right. So if you have D, let's talking about D now. If you want to know what the subdominant of D of the scale, just count like 1, 2, 3, 4. G will be the subdominant of D scale. If you are in A key, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll be D. I don't know if I answer a question, but always subdominant will be 4 of the scale.
Cool. Another question we have is what types of chord changes are common in a pre-chorus or bridge?
Oh, that's a really good question. Guys, this is something really hard to me, what I say now. I don't really like let's say that chord works for breathe, that chord works for, because you can imagine if every song everybody use the subdominant for breathe, every song will be the same. That one thing we happen now with the worship music, because every worship music go the same way, and that make me like, oh, again, that's chord progression again, that bridge again, because they use the same let's say the same function in the same place. But okay, for answer your question, let's say subdominant, it's a really good, let's say it's something really common to people use on the bridge. Subdominant. Four, right? That part of the music, they go to the four and start that part, the bridge. So every song four, or we can use the relative one. You'll be the minor, right? You'll be D minor. So yeah, you can use four, or you can use the second chord of the scale. You'll be the relative, you'll be the same.
Cool. Another question. The composer often makes songs by repeating the same chords. Does this become addictive?
Sorry, Juju, coming in.
The composer often makes songs by repeating the same chords. Does this become addictive?
Juju, can you explain this question for me? I don't understand.
Hmm. Like is it, I guess, is it common where, like, for example, when a worship leader is writing a worship song, the chords are always the same. So is that something that's too common, or?
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is something really common. I think, guys, this is something about, we have some sensations when you play, all right? Okay, if you're the guy who play keyboard for some preach, and the preach just start talking about Hopi, right? So what chord I can use for being the same page? We have one kind of chord. In Portuguese, we call inversion. We just like go like that. You can feel something, oh, just make me happy, just make something is grow, something will happen, you know. Or the preacher just like start talking about something, you know, like, yeah, you need to repent, you need to, oh, something like hard. Minor chord in that situation, you'll be the best for making people thinking about, oh my gosh, what I do, this is something really bad, what I do right now. You know, play like really happy progression on that situation because people need to thinking about. So what happened when some worship leaders use the same? Because maybe the song talking about the same thing, you know? I think it's something about that. Next question.
All right, cool. For minor and pentatonic scales, what are is the wholes and the halves, like the major is whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half.
So sorry, this is a question. They want to know what the formula for major and minor scale?
For the minor and pentatonic scale.
Minor pentatonic scale. For minor guys, I just talking about this. You'll be minor scale will be whole, half, whole, 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 half, whole, whole. For pentatonic scale, the name of pentatonic scale just say it's just pent, it's just 5 notes. So okay, I will play some pentatonic scale for you guys. Right? We have 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. We don't have 4, we don't have 7. So that's the rule for pentatonic scale. Today I know talking about pentatonic scale because we talk more about chord progressions. But yeah, I use a lot pentatonic scale because I play guitar, I do solos and guitar works really nice with pentatonic, but it's no, today we're not talking about scales, we're really talking about chords. But yeah, in pentatonic scale, we just don't have 4. Oh, sorry, we just don't have 7. We just don't have 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Awesome. Another question, Times, do you ever use the augmented chord in your progressions?
Use what?
Augmented chords in your chord progressions.
I don't know. What is this, Drew?
Um, okay. Like not diminished, but augmented.
Augment, like, let's say, let me play something. Like, I don't know if I really understand what I say. In Portuguese, we call alterado, alterate. I don't know if the same word, but
Yeah.
no, not really. In reggae, we don't have that style, but I use a lot if I play Brazilian music, like that kind of chord. It's alterado, alterate. That kind of chord, it's alterado. So yeah, I use for it's all depend of the style I will play.
Yeah, by the way, I love those chords you used on Avion's Bossa Nova track.
Oh yeah, it's the style works really well. So
Yeah. And then another question, what do you think about reggae songs that stay in the two or three chords throughout the whole song?
I love that. Because for me, guys, it is not about how how many chords you can play. This is about the song, the groove. So for me, the most important, it's now do so many chords, so many notes, so many scales. It's respect the music, respect the song. If the song just asks for two chords, you'll be great. You have many classic with many hits with just two chords, like Alpha Blonde. We have philosophy. Two chords. We have a song, CHRISTAFARI song. Upside down, upside down. Two chords. So this is about what the song asks for. If you ask just for two chords, three chords, great. If you have so many chords, I can't play. Like you just say now, I produce a song for Avion next album. It's a bossa nova song. It has so many chords, have so many crazy chords. But I mean, also produce Upside Down, have just two chords. So this is about your maturity to like that song asks for two chords. That song asks for 14 chords. But both, it's really good.
Awesome. Speaking of that, now this is a question I have. When do you, especially since we play reggae music, in a reggae song, when do you decide to use the crazy chords, or do you not use the crazy fancy chords at all? You just stay simple for reggae.
Juju, I think this is something about if the composer it's open to that.
Mm-hmm.
Or if the song, like you play some song like Happy birthday to you. Da, 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 da. You can go like Happy birthday to you, happy birthday. You know, you can do that for sure. In reggae, we have a band called Grandation. They use a lot of stuff like that, but it's something really specific.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like one song we play. You're into you can go major if you want.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, but it's really nice.
Yeah.
The singer needs to agree with this because you can just make the guy look to you like you
What are you
can
doing?
what are you doing? So yeah, you know you're the keyboard guy.
Yeah.
So
That's why I saved those chords for the end at the acapella of Here I Am. Like if all the instruments and bass drops off, we're gonna do some fun chords at the end.
yeah, it's really fun. It's really nice, but we need like keep the foot on the floor
Yeah.
sometimes, or we can go crazy.
And
Yeah.
then another thing, I know I asked you about this a few months ago, but is it common to build a chord progression when um it's not a normal progression for the key of C? Like for example, I'm writing a minor song and it's going to be A minor, D minor, E minor for most of the song, but now let's move to the bridge. We hit an F, E minor, and an A major.
All right. This is one thing in music theory. Portuguese, I know the term we call empréstimo modal. What is this? When we borrow one chord for another chord progression.
Mm-hmm.
Like I play right now, Happy Birthday to You. In the in the end of the song, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, na, 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 happy birthday to you. I use that chord. What? Why I use that chord? That chord is G flat, all right? So G flat, you'll be in the C minor progression. We have C minor, like C minor, right? This is common for you. This is familiar for us. I take one chord for the minor key of the same key. I don't know if you got what I say now. If the song is C major, I take one chord for the minor scale of C. But what chord I take? This is something about the melody of the song. If you listen to the song, this note, I need that note. Does not matter the chord I use. I need that note. I can go, or I can go, because I have that note. I can go here. I can go here. And it works, right? So if you have that note, does not matter the chord you will use. Just we need that melody on the chord. You work for sure. You work.
Awesome. And another one. When is it the right time to use major and minor sevenths? Like, should
All
we use
right.
it a lot or just for specific times?
I will say is something about the melody of the song.
Okay.
Let's say if you that song, right? You know that song?
Yeah.
That song ask in the melody we have. This is about the melody of the song. If you see the melody, it's G, but the melody go to F sharp. You can go 7 because have on the melody. It's A minor, but we have the G. You know, you have, it's a part of the melody. So in that moment, I chose, let's use 7, let's use minor 7, let's use.
Awesome. And I'm glad that you talked about how you wrote Waymaker, because I for the longest time I always wondered why there was an E minor, because it fits, but I was just wondering, I'm like, why not the G? Then now you explain it, I'm like, oh, I see, that's why.
Yeah, always you should think about the 6th note of the scale. You can just choose what you want to use. We
Cool.
work.
That's perfect. Cool. Times that was really good stuff, and this and these last questions, these are questions I was actually asking, because as people like to say, oh, Juju's a genius, but I'm still learning, everyone, and that's the thing that I want to encourage everyone watching, that even if you are you went to school, or even if you learn, like, you've played music for a long time, I just want to encourage you to continue to be open to learning, because I've gotten by using my ear, but I learn often by guys like Times or Chiago, because honestly I grew up learning the simple chords, and in the island culture we grow up just playing in the key of C or in the key of G, but now I'm just opening myself up to brand new chords. So a lot of this stuff, like, I knew it, but just by my ears. I didn't know, like, the theory behind it or the science behind it. So this is one of the few classes where I didn't only learn something new, but I learned a lot of new things. So, Times, thank you for teaching this class because I learned a lot from it.
Nice, Joe. Just keep thought about this. Just ask me, write me. If you are here, listen to us, make some questions to me, just go to my Instagram, @Renato Times, just like you see in your screen right now. I will able to answer your questions. It will be pleasant to me. All right?
So, Times, what's your next class, and when is your next class?
In my next class, I don't know where is this? I think the next week it's about oh, it's about music production. I will build a song from the scratch. Mark will send me some, I don't know what song Mark will send to me, but he sent to me some song and I will produce in front of you guys everything. I will make this song.
So yeah, it's June 22nd at 3 p.m. and that is building a song from scratch.
Yeah.
And sorry guys, I'm looking on the calendar what day is. All right, that's next Monday. So in
Mm.
that class, Mark is gonna send Times a voice memo, and Times is gonna build an entire song from Mark's melody on his voice memo. In Times we'll be using things like loops, samples, and resources from Splice, and he plays the bass live, he plays the guitar live, and so him and I were both doing a similar class, but we're just showing you how we build songs in our own ways. So Times is doing that on the 22nd. So I want to encourage you to go and check that out. And I want to thank everyone for joining us today. To the translators and moderators, thank you so much for the amazing help you've been doing for the last few weeks. We're so thankful and blessed by all you do. And to everyone else watching, um, if you were encouraged, impacted, blessed, and learned a lot from this class, I'd like you to go and do this. Please go on our website, CHRISTAFARI.com, and click on donate or CHRISTAFARI.com/donate, and go and click on Times' name and help support him because he's a full-time missionary out of Brazil, and and this is how us as music missionaries make our living. Is we're full-time missionaries uh, trying to get more partners so we can continue to do this full time. And here's a bonus. Um, for anyone who goes on the donation link and donates to Times or anyone else from now on, you guys will get you guys will be the first to get Avion's album Fly because we're gonna release it at the end of this month. But if you go to Christafari/donate right now, you'll get the album by tonight. So
Guys, go ahead.
oh, by the way, that album was produced by Times.
By me.
So good job, Times. That was I love that album. The thing I love about I'm going off script right now, but I love that album because it is it is not only timely, but how Avion wrote her lyrics, but the way you did your sounds and the way you did your samples. I think there's one of the songs, all I think it's all is not lost. There's a song where you did a sample from the hospital.
Oh yeah, that one.
That song was done. I think you worked on that song a few months ago,
Hmm.
and I'll tell you that that song has been very a big highlight for our family.
Oh
So
my.
like, thank you for like the things you put in this album because this gives this album a different sound, and that's why we did that. That's why Mark and I were more hands off on this and gave this one to you. So, anyways, our next class today is going to be live sound with Connor Lott. So if you guys want to go check that out, make sure you register and tune in. And thank you everyone so much for tuning in with today's class.